Random Artist Network has been doing disturbing stuff ever since 2020 when the Smart Studies Baby Shark had first arrived. But unfortunately, the executives and President James Rabbit did not learn from the mistake that Random Artist Network has made back in 2016, and now everyone from the character Baby Shark haters to from the Pink Farm members were really furious. Here's what happened. When Random Artist Network introduced Baby Shark to the lineup, everything went fine in April 2020. But it went on a whole new meaning when, before Baby Shark's Big Show had first went out, before it came, Random Artist Network began experiencing massive controversial backlash, which really began to rock the boat, and began seizing operations of each Random Artist Network stations because of this. In May 2020, Random Artist Network pushed into preschool by helping out and merging with Viacom Entertainment's Nick Jr. LLC to create the Ready to Play in Cartoonville. An easy decision since Random Artist Network decided to try and compete with the new powerhouse Tajmer Jr. But it did not go the way it should be. And as a result, when on October 19, 2020, some Tajmer Network stations began carrying Tajmer Jr. as its entirety. However, not all Tajmer Jr. blocks are going to be on Tajmer Network stations. Tajmer Network affiliates declined carrying preschool programming because of the rules they had dialed in ever since one backlashed mistake which began rocking the boat, unfortunately. But in response to the whole situation, and Random Artist Network had to air Tajmer Jr. on its morning block station. So this means that Tajmer Jr. is airing on a direct competitor that it is not supposed to be friends with. It's just like Fox Kids airing on the WB and UPN, respectively, due to a Fox affiliate deciding not to air children's programming due to that NFL football acquisition broadcast rights thing. As well as some adult-themed shows that are already built for our older audience, as kids were not very important to them. But Tajmer Media still has to get Tajmer Jr. out to some Tajmer Network affiliates. So as a result, Tajmer Media has to put Tajmer Jr. on Random Artist Network. As a result, as of late. This means that Random Artist Network has to try to preschool programming again, which this became a big problem. Because when preschool comes, the demon YouTube kid channels would come. However, thankfully though, Random Artist Network slowly stopped doing the Baby Shark marketing again. But they began to take it easy with the preschool thing this time. As for Random Artist Network itself, the majority of this video is about how Random Artist Network has to continue on. Since Random Artist Network has been a great fan-made channel, well, almost has been going through some tough programming that they had. Like airing old Discovery Kid shows, Cartoon Network shows, including the failed, flopped Cartoon Network shows like The Problem Solvers, Squirrel Boy, as well as My Gym Partner's a Monkey, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Evil Con Carne, Class of 3000, Codename Kids Next Door, Camp Lazlo, Hole in the Wall, Unnatural History, The High Fructose Adventures of Annoying Orange, as well as the failed flopped show from the WB, Kids WB's Coconut Fred's Fruit Salad Island, or as everyone affectionately called it, the SpongeBob ripoff. Random RS Network, after a few days after Random RS Network's discontinuation, Random RS Network has been put on life support. However, its programming deteriorated. As a matter of fact, the deteriorated programming became a Cartoon Network wannabe infection. So, the morning block of Random RS Network has to run from 6 a.m. until 2 p.m. And then Random RS Network has to run from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Meaning that the morning block, which is Tajmer Jr., will be getting the 8 hours. Random RS at night will be getting 10 hours. And Random RS will get a whopping 6. The executives and managers at Tajmer Media, aka Mouse Media, said that Random RS Network has to learn their lesson when it comes to the preschool-related content and began to follow Cartoon Network's footsteps, which is exactly what they did, and they had learned their lesson. However, they still have deteriorated programming still. As a result, the deteriorated programming became a Discovery Kids wannabe infection. So the morning block has to come on from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then Random RS Network will be on from 2 to 10 p.m. and then Random RS at night has to go from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So each block on Random RS Network will get each third of the day, just like what Cartoon Network is supposed to look like when it comes to Cartoonito, Cartoon Network, and Adult Swim sharing their hours. How the Random RS Network was put on life support? Well, suspicions were immediately raised because unfortunately, on February 28th, according to directors and managers, that Random RS Network was supposed to be deteriorating into an all-new coordinated family network after they moved to Tajmer Jr. LLC, which meant that Tajmer Jr. as a programming segment block on the Random RS Network has to air on that network in its entirety, because the Random RS Jr. block remained unsuccessful at the time. So as a result, Tajmer Jr. has to do something. So this means if a branded preschool segment on a family network don't work so well, then that means that another fan-made preschool segment will have to do. Random RS Network back in the 2000s has reached out some Cartoonito blocks of their own, as well as getting their own Random RS Network segments as many others, which means that Cartoonito or Tajmer Jr. are airing on the same network, the fan-made networks, as one of their direct competitors. And just in time that Random RS Network is returning, because Random RS Network, the fan-made channel itself, isn't doing any good. So it's an easy decision since Random RS Network hasn't been seen precipitously. So re-uploads became so popular on my live fan-made TV stuff that I decided to revive Random RS Network for a brand new season lineup and some brand new set of programming, like a new season of Plot Guy and the all new Look at Us series of Tajmer Jr.'s Big Adventures. Random RS Network's new animated original programming is going to have the misadventures of Jackson Rabbit and James Rabbit. The plot is about Jackson Rabbit, cousin James Rabbit. Yeah, both Jackson Rabbit and James Rabbit are both cousins. They live in the same house with each other, and they have to focus on how to study about life and also how to suffer the consequences. And from that previous video I uploaded, that was the pilot of the misadventures of James Rabbit and his cousin Jackson Rabbit. So this means that the pilot has been greenlit and see how it will go well. But if Random RS Network declines it, that means that another pilot will have to do. To everybody who was a fan of Random RS, do not wait for Random RS Network again. Random RS Network is now fine again. However, despite Random RS Network being on 6 hours, despite Random RS Network getting in some beef with some drama between some Random RS Network haters and some getting into some beef with negative like bots. Despite all that success, Random RS Network became a 31% decline on their viewership. Do not weep. Do not cry for Random RS. Random RS Network is now revived. However, despite getting into some beef, we have to revive most of the programs that include Plot Guy and so much more. So Tajmer Jr. now owns Random RS Network, which is now owner of the Noggin brand with Sesame Workshop in Tajmerville to create a Sesame Workshop segment for Random RS Network to put in live action shows of the Sesame Workshop series, the Electric Company, the original one from back in like the 19 things or something like that from PBS, Square One Television, and 3-2-1 Contact. And Random RS Network will be building up their sense of like a community, like how Fox did and also with PBS. They would have a Random RS Network clubhouse. Old president at Tajmer Network, James Rabbit, is out there. I mean, he is still walking the streets, but in Plotagon, everyone's going to be worried that James Rabbit is going to hurt Random RS Network again. Random RS Network is going to be coming back with a brand new season lineup and with a blessing of the viewers. So accordingly, we are going to put into a permanent reboot of Random RS Network and see how it could turn out. And if it turns out well, then it's coming back and it's here to stay. Including the upcoming brand new series, The Misadventures of James Rabbit and Jackson Rabbit, is the only way to reach more teens, as well as refreshing Random RS Network's new look to becoming a permanent refresh and a new look. Here's the brand new logo. A modern age adaptation thanks to help from Paint.net with one of these fronts. And Random RS Network will not be getting its own morning block anymore. It's now going to get Tajmer Network's Tajmer Jr. segment. And it's going to be a good just-in-time timing because Random Jr. has lacked of advertisement and lacked of branding that would help comply with this whole act. And so this means all syndication of the introduction of Tajmer Jr. will be having a share between Tajmer Network and Random RS. As of right now, the 2022 Random RS Network logo is the only thing we need to use this time, since Random RS Network is now in a good modern condition. Random RS Network is now revived, safe and sound. However, the old president at Tajmer Network, James Rabbit, has been charged with discontinuing Random RS Network without permission from the original creator, Randomation Cartoon Studios. And this means Random RS Network has to continue on despite viewership declines dropping precipitously. But whatever we try, and no matter what we could try Random RS Network bringing back its popularity, despite still getting some beef with some viewers.